Hello, my name is Vanessa, and the name of my channel is Gnostic Knowledge. And what I am doing on this channel is reading a book. And so far I've read up to 8.5 chapters. I'm in chapter 9, and I will be continuing chapter 9 in this reading. But you can get this book, Letters and Numbers, if you visit Zachary K. Hubbard's YouTube page, Gematria Effect News or Gematria Effect Sports. He is the author of the book, Letters and Numbers. And in the description of each video that he produces is a link to purchase Letters and Numbers. It costs $5, the best $5 you'll ever spend in your life. And the book is a PDF file. So once you purchase the book, it'll come to you via email. You open the email, of course, open the file, save the book to whichever device you're going to use for reading. And he also wrote a second book called Number Games. You can purchase this book at his blog page, and it is called GematriaEffectNews.blogspot.com. And when you arrive at the page, the first thing you see is the advertising for his book, Number Games. You scroll down and it tells you the information on how to purchase the book within the United States and abroad. But also be sure to read the blogs as well. He has phenomenal work. This information is mind-blowing, and it needs to be shared to every human being on this planet. It really does. I just hope people can see it and understand it, because it is truly what is taking place in the world of media. Anything that moves the masses, it is done by this alphanumeric code called Gematria. And Gematria is the encoding of numbers into our letters. So every word we speak has a numerical value. So, also, if you become a Patreon with Zachary K. Hubbard on his channels, either the sports channel or the news channel, Gematria Effect News, Gematria Effect Sports. At the $1 tier, you will have access. He will email you the book, and and I didn't mention Number Games. You pre-order this book, and it will be mailed to you as a paperback book. But if by you becoming a Patreon to Zachary K. Hubbard's channels, you at the $1 tier, and I think it goes all the way up to $20, I'm not sure, but at the $1 tier, you will get both books in the PDF file format, Letters and Numbers and Number Games. So please be sure to visit his channels, watch his videos, and there are other truth people out there too that learn from Zachary K. Hubbard as well. And they're sharing this truth as well. Simple Truth Television. That's the name of his YouTube channel. He also does a blog page with phenomenal work on there as well, and it is called simpletruth.television.blogspot.com. Zachary K. Hubbard also has a former blog page called Free to Find Truth.blogspot.com, loaded with information that is just mind-blowing. You have Chicozy Truth. He decodes the news live on his YouTube channels most times. His work is really good as well. You have Kayla the Code Talker on YouTube. Dr. Savage, he's on YouTube. He does a lot of posts, very impactful information. Zenith of the Alpha, he does very short videos but very informative and impactful. Dan Barrett, really great videos, and I think Dan Barrett just uploaded a video, I want to say yesterday, last night or something to that nature. And Derek is the young man that created the website called gematrinator.com, and there is the calculator. So any word or phrase you type in, you get the numerical values for whatever you type into this calculator. There's a lot of functions on this calculator. I would suggest you go to gematrinator.com, familiarize yourself with the calculator, or either watch some of Derek's videos. I believe his videos are entitled Gematrinator. I'm not sure what else, but he does videos as well. And I think Zachary K. Hubbard has videos on YouTube on how to use the Gematrinator website, the calculator. And with that said, I hope you enjoy the reading, and I hope you'll give the video a like and share the video so other people can come in contact with this information, and hopefully it'll wake them up to the tyranny that we live under as a people, as a human race. And just enjoy the reading and buy the books and support the work. Okay. Page 30. I'm going to be continuing in chapter 9, and the title of chapter 9 is Greeks, Geometry, Gematria, and the Jesus isopsephy riddle. So, and here we go. Excuse me. Oftentimes, when I teach about this subject online, the race of Jesus and the coding of the number on a race of people, some take offense. Please know that I do not aim to offend. I only mean to shed light on information most people are completely oblivious to. I also mean to bring logic. Consider what portion of the world the Bible is set in and the story of Jesus Christ. It is not historically a place white people are from. For one more relevant point on the matter, consider that the Kanye West statue appeared in February, which is Black History Month. This title has gematria of 93, like crucifix. So, Black History Month equates to 93 in the reverse reduction cipher. Martin Luther King Jr. equates to 93 in the reduction cipher. Malcolm X equates to 93 in the ordinal cipher. Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks equates to 93 as well in the reduction cipher. For a little more, think about the town of Tuskegee, where Rosa Parks was born, and a town that has a lot to do with Black American history. The word Tuskegee equates to 93 in the ordinal cipher. Again, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. were both killed at the age of 39. The same age Kanye was when the statue appeared. And we'll learn a lot more about their deaths and more ahead. Not Kanye's, but MLK and Malcolm X. Okay? As a reminder, reflections of numbers are equals. Thus, 39 is 93. For now, just to help make a point, we'll look at the date Rosa Parks died, which was October 24th, 2005. So, 10/24/2005, you would add 10 plus 24 plus 20 plus 05. It equals 59. The word Negro equals 59 in ordinal as well. Kill, Jewish gematria. So the word kill equals 59 in Jewish gematria as well. So also 10/24/05, you would add 10 plus 24 plus 05 equals 39, which is the reflection of 93. Before concluding our discussion on Jesus Christ, Christianity, and the Greeks, there are a few more things I want to show about the Gospels, the first 4 books of the New Testament, where the story of Jesus Christ is contained. From these same books, the most remembered verse when it comes to Jesus Christ is John 3:16. The verse follows. John 3:16 of the NIV version. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. For starters, in Hebrew gematria, Jesus Christ sums to 316, not unlike the verse number 316. The Hebrew gematria is as follows, and it has the Hebrew letters of Jesus Christ, and in Hebrew, Jesus Christ equates to 316. And I will just show you that really quickly here so you can have a visual. That's why eventually I'm going to have to start learning how to share my, learn how to share the screen. I just don't be wanting to. But anyway, that the Hebrew writing is Jesus Christ in Hebrew gematria, and it equals 316, like the verse John 3:16. Okay, second, in reduction gematria, the verse equates to 499, which is the 95th prime number. This is fascinating because December 25th sums to 95 when written as a word or phrase, And the society of, and it is the society of Jesus's birthday. Okay, I'm messing this up real quick here, so let me reread this whole paragraph. Okay, second, in reduction gematria, the verse equates to 499, which is the 95th prime number. This is fascinating because December 25th, and that's written as words, sums to 95. And the society of Jesus' birthday, September 27th, it leaves 95 days left in the year. Even more, if you write out 666, it totals 95 in reduction. And you'll recall, Jesus Christ in ordinal gematria sums to 151, which is the 36th prime number, where 666 is the 36th triangular number, the number of a man. Man, this is just mind-boggling here. Okay. From my own life, I have a story about the number 151. I was visiting the town of Yakima, Washington for the first time in my life, October 13th, 2017. And while in town, I stopped by the local gas station to put some fuel in the tank. While I was waiting in line to pay for the gasoline, a man with a cane was standing directly before me and noticeably shaking. I was ready to catch him in case he fell. When it was his turn to talk to the attendant, he asked if he could use his EBT card to purchase some hot food. If you don't know, that is a welfare payment card. To me, it felt, okay, here we go. The attendant responded, "No, we don't accept that," really loud, because this is in all caps, in a noticeably forceful way. Wow. To me, it felt cruel, and I wondered if there was some racial animosity behind it, because the man with the cane was dark as night and the attendant was not. After being told no, the man began to move out of line, but I asked him to wait, and I gave him one of the two $10 bills I was holding in my hand that I had intended to use for gasoline. When he reached for the bill, the grip of his hand surprised me. It was very strong, a little harder, and I might not be able to type about it. While he held my hand and the bill, he smiled and said, "God bless you." Then he turned to the cashier and said, "Jesus is always looking out." I happened to check the time at the same moment because I needed to be somewhere soon. Just as he had made his remark about Jesus, the time was precisely 1:51 in the afternoon. After that, he ordered the hot food he desired, and I told him to keep the change so he could get another meal if he was hungry later. He thanked me again, and I told him that it was my pleasure. After that, I went to my car and cried. I felt guilty because I had lost much of my faith for seemingly so long, but in that moment it was restored, even though my gas tank was not. At the end of this book, I'll tell you more about this same story. But I assure you, truth seeker, being aware of this knowledge, you'll see the magic of these numbers in real time. And again, I do truly believe there is a very divine element at play when it comes to this mathematical language, and I do too. That is something I have no doubt about. Back on the subject of John 3:16, the same verse when decoded in ordinal gematria equates to 1201. In this study, 1201 is the exact same as 121 because the zeros are of no value. As you'll recall, 121 is the 11th prime number, and in reduction gematria, Jesus sums to 11. As we also learned earlier, when you add 1 through 11 together, it totals 66, making 66 the 11th triangular number. It is the 66th book of most Bibles that is about the return of Jesus Christ. Revelation, which also has an ordinal value of 121. So how fitting it is that these numbers are found in this well-remembered verse, that you'll often see proud Christians sporting around town on their clothing. Let us now conclude our elementary learning of the encoding of the Bible with some final points concerning the length of the Old Testament Gospels and New Testament. Okay? Beginning with the Old Testament, the entire 39 books are 929 chapters long. This is a fascinating number, the 158th prime number. In reverse ordinal gematria, Freemasonry, which is very much based in the Old Testament, equates to 158. Also intriguing is that on the Gregorian calendar, September 29th, a date we'll learn more about later, is the day leaving 93 days left in the year. In Jewish gematria, United States of America also sums to 929. We'll learn more about the relevance of both of these stats in the chapters ahead on Freemasonry and the USA. For the record, Old Testament in the reduction cipher sums to 40, same as United States, and in ordinal US sums to 40, just as well. Some say Jesus was crucified at the age of 40 and not age 33. For the record, crucified does sum to 40 in reduction gematria. As for the New Testament, it is 260 chapters long, not too far off from 26, as we learned, matching the word religion in English extended gematria. If you add the total number of chapters from the Old Testament and New Testament, it sums to 1189. As we learned, the number 89 is a Fibonacci number, and it happens to be the 11th Fibonacci number in the sequence. Knowing that, think about 1189 chapters in light of the Fibonacci numbers being connected to God and the Bible being made in tribute to God. Even more, the New Testament begins with the Gospels that are 89 chapters long. Beyond the Fibonacci sequence, the word number sums to 89 in reverse ordinal. The name Greek does as well. The word religion sums to 89 in ordinal, and so does the name King James, who of course has a Bible named in his honor that released his year of turning 45 years old. Wow. The word number equates to 89 in reverse ordinal. The word Greek equates to 89 in reverse ordinal. The word religion equates to 89 in the ordinal cipher. King James equates to 89 in the ordinal cipher. As you should be able to gather, nothing is arbitrary about the Bible when it comes to the numbers that are transparent or the ones that are encoded. Ahead, when we learn about King James and his KJV, I'm going to reveal something very fascinating to you about the number of the beast that we have not yet uncovered. As a reminder, truth seeker, there is always more. And now that you know the code, you absolutely can discover what more there is. I've taught you how to fish, if you will. Speaking of which, you might want to try, you might want to try the Gematria of Fishermen. Before moving on, let's briefly discuss some of the Greek greats and consider how their legacy has impacted the holy text as we know it. But in the meantime, I will decode the word fisherman and see what we're going to get here. Okay, let me go to, okay. And this is the gematrinator.com. Let me see, how do I get that up? Can you see it? Maybe a little bit too much glare right there. But anyway, gematrinator.com. I'm going to type in the word fisherman to see F-I-S-H-E-R-M-A. Is it fisherman? Fisherman. Okay. Fisherman equals 93 in the English ordinal. But I don't know if you can see that, but let me see if I turn it that way. Well, I can't see it, you know, but anyway, equals 93 in the ordinal cipher. Alrighty. Okay, moving right along. So here it says, before moving on, let's briefly discuss some of the Greek greats and consider how their legacy has impacted the holy text as we know it. Okay, it is Pythagoras from 570 to 495 BCE, the Greek philosopher thought to be divine, considered by many to be the first mathematician in history, credited with creating the musical scale, who is said to have been the person who introduced isopsephy to his native Greece, only after studying gematria in Egypt under Jewish and Hermetic scholars, centuries before the birth of Jesus. His purpose as a man was advancing understanding of science and spirituality with the goal of attaining a philosophical-based society through knowledge, as opposed to a material and possession-oriented one. Excuse me. Not unlike Jesus. Ooh, excuse me. The mottos of his school were, all is number and God is number. Without Pythagoras, the Bible as we know it probably would not be. One of Pythagoras' most important pupils, a Pythagorean, was I gotta see if I can pronounce this. Philolaus. Philolaus, and it is spelled Philolaus. Philolaus, okay? And he lived between 470 BC and 470 and 385 BCE, whose writings document the achievements of his teacher, including his lesson on isopsephy and gematria. In fact, the only way historians know of Pythagoras is through the writings of Philolaus. He is also a student credited with helping discover the Earth is not the center of the universe by using mathematical proofs derived from studying at Pythagoras' school and understanding still with us today. After the time of Pythagoras and Philolaus, the Pythagorean tradition carried on in Platonism and an evolved study, including the work of Pythagoras, Philolaus, and Plato, 427 to 347 BCE, that arose 600 years after Plato's passing with the philosopher Plotinus, 204 to 270 CE, who had his teachings made into writings known as the Enneads, Enneads. The Enneads, summing to 26 in reduction, matching the reverse reduction of Greek. By Porphyry, Porphyry. Okay, so once again, by Porphyry from 234 to 305 CE, his greatest scholar. Okay, the works teach a philosophy based on three principles: the one, the intellect, and the soul, not far off from the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Trinity, which are both three in number, not unlike the angles of a triangle, a sacred shape to geometry, symbolizing strength and measure. In light of this being part of Pythagoras' legacy, let us not forget the Pythagorean theorem, A2 plus B2 equals C2, as studied in geometry class worldwide. To make sure the point is understood, it is these historical figures and these philosophical and spiritual teachings over the years with mathematical bases that have influenced the Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, also three in number, as well as the occult. As we are coming to understand historically, the ideas of science, mathematics, and spirituality were all part of one greater study that was about understanding our place in this world and how to perfect our way of living. In this belief system, God is seen as the all-perfect creator. And in this world of beliefs, nothing known is more perfect than the number. Wow. As we learned earlier, the word perfect and number also share ordinal gematria of 73, a number composed of the digits symbolizing divine completion, 7, and light, 3, respectively. On the subject, Catholic Bibles are 73 books in length, and 73 is the 21st prime number, bringing us back to the gematria of Bible, Jesuit, and more. For another important Grecian, Plutarch, 46 to 120 CE. The Greek biographer and author, he once wrote, Plato said God geometrizes continually. Wow. Plato said God geometrizes continually, meaning God's mysterious work is mathematically oriented. Once upon a time, I might have balked at such a thought, but no longer, truth seeker. Having been living with the knowledge of the code for the last 4 years of my life, I think it is safe to say God is the master mathematician, and God's geometrizing can be observed in many places throughout the world, including our own lives, something I have only briefly began to share about, and something you will begin to recognize by knowing what you are learning at this very moment, which is so true. The more you learn, the more apparent this mysterious reality will become. If you have never listened to my weekly radio program on Truth Frequency Radio, The Gematria Effect, each and every week people call in to share their own mysterious observations, and I hope that one day soon I will hear your tales as well. For another once active Greek practitioner and celebrator of geometry, Phidias, 480 to 430 BCE, from 480 to 430 BCE. Phidias, Phidias, okay? The Greek sculptor whose accomplishments were documented by Plato, including one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the statue of Zeus at Olympia, is known for using the mathematics of the golden ratio, phi 1.61, in all of his works because of its mathematical significance and its aesthetics to the human eye. As we covered to begin the chapter, aesthetics sums to 161 in the language of Gematria, not far off from 1.61. Because of Phidias, or it could be Phidias, I'm going to say Phidias, because of Phidias' commitment to phi, the 21st letter of the Greek alphabet, phi, is titled in his honor, taking the first 3 letters of his name. As we documented earlier, 21 is the 8th Fibonacci number, and it also has the prime relationship with 73, symbolizing perfection. Consider further, the number 8 symbolizes the infinite, or the eternally existent, as Pythagoras once put it. And again, phi, Phi, 1.61 is considered to be the fingerprint of God, omnipresent, omnipotent, and everlasting. If you were paying attention, the 7 Greeks and their lasting impact on history we just acknowledged, Pythagoras, Plato, Philolaus, Plotinus, how would you put it? Plotinus or Plotinus. I think it's Plotinus. I'm sorry. Plotinus. So I'm going to start this over, okay? If you were paying attention, the 7 Greeks and their lasting impact on history we just acknowledged, okay? Pythagoras, Plato, Philolaus, Plotinus, Porphyry, Plutarch, and Phidias. Each have names beginning with P, the 16th letter in the English alphabet, a number made of the same numerical digits as pi. 1.61, 1 and 6, and as mentioned prior, in Greek, the 16th letter is pi. Even more, showing the clear relationship with our English alphabet, when you write out pi using reduction gematria, it sums to 16. Pi. The P is 7 and the I is 9, and then 7 plus 9 equals 16, and this is in the reduction cipher. Better yet, the number 16, when written out as a word, also has a direct parallel to the gematria of phi as follows. So the word 16 equates to 33 in reduction. The word phi, P-H-I, equates to 33 in ordinal. Regarding phi being the fingerprint of God, in Hebrew reduction, Elohim equates to 16 as well. The math is as follows. And so he has the word Elohim spelled out in the Hebrew letters with their respective numbers, and it equates to 16 in the Hebrew reduction cipher. Again, it is phi that is aesthetically pleasing to the human eye and has been used in artwork since the time of the Greeks for this exact reason. Let me show you one more important encoding of this word, aesthetic, while keeping in mind that phi is said to be the fingerprint of God. Excuse me. Through this example, we will connect the encoding of a very special number to the Holy Bible. From the story of the miraculous catch, where Jesus performs a miracle, helping his followers catch a plentiful amount of fish, 153. So, in John chapter 21, verses 10 through 11 in the NIV Bible, Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish you have just caught." 11. So Simon Peter climbed back into the boat and dragged the net ashore. It was full of large fish, 153. But even with so many, the net was not torn. So the word aesthetic equals 153, reverse ordinal. Holy Bible equals 153, reverse ordinal. The Bible equates to 153, reverse ordinal. This number relates to God. The number 153 is the 17th triangular number. Also, the number 351 is the 26th triangular number. Both numbers 17 and 26 are in relation. The word God equates to 17 in reduction. The word God equates to 26 in the ordinal cipher. On the subject of numbers 17 and 153, using reduction gematria, the name miraculous catch sums to 59, which is the 17th prime number, and as we learned, a number having parallels to Jesus Christ through the septenary cipher. For a few more observations on the word aesthetic, let us use our complementary ciphers we learned in chapter 4. Keep in mind that the word has to do with beauty and a set of underlying rules or guiding principles, both of which the Holy Bible is most certainly constructed with. So the word aesthetic equals 45 in septenary. Holy Bible equals 45 in the reduction cipher, and Holy Bible equals 45 in the reverse reduction cipher. Aesthetic equals 405 in the satanic cipher, and Holy Bible equates to 405 as well in the satanic cipher. From the first verse of the Holy Bible until the last verse, the code is intact. To close, let me reveal something about Genesis 1:1 that we have not yet uncovered, bringing us back to what we first learned about the geometry of the English language in chapter 2. So, Genesis 1, the New International Version. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So, this sentence, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, equates to 227 in reverse reduction. Earth equates to 227 in satanic gematria. Recall that when you write out 360, the degrees of a circle, it sums to 227 in ordinal gematria, and when you write out 22 divided by 7 as words, it equates to 314, very much like pi, 3.14. Consider, the Earth is circling in perfect orbit. Also, as a reminder, if you're on a PC and you type out Alt plus 227, you will generate the symbol for pi on your screen in your word processing program. Wow. Going back to our chapter on sacred geometry, we learned that the belief is God created the world by replicating the circle 7 times, what is known as the seed of life. With that said, let us now decode the opening verse of the Bible from the King James Version. The KJV changes the word heavens to the singular heaven. There are 2 reasons for this. So, here we go. Genesis 1, the King James Version. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. This sentence, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, equates to 777 in the reverse ordinal cipher. 777. 7 days of creation. Then here we go one more time. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. This sentence equates to 222 in the reduction cipher. So, as above, so below, equates, that phrase equates to 222 reverse ordinal. God created the above and the below. The number 2 symbolizes duality. Wow. Amazing stuff here. And that concluded chapter 9 of Greeks, geometry, gematria, and the Jesus isopsephy riddle. And the next chapter that I will be reading is chapter 10. Who are they? Freemasonry and Rosicrucian order. So that will be the next reading. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope you understand the significance of the information. And I do hope that you will get these books, Letters and Numbers, as well as Number Games, written by Zachary K. Hubbard. The information is phenomenal. So, and be sure to check out the other truth channels as well. But go to Gematria Effect News, Gematria Effect Sports. In the description under the videos, select the book, order the book, Letters and Numbers. Become a Patreon on Zachary K. Hubbard's channel, and for the $1 tier, you will get both the books, Letters and Numbers and Number Games, in the PDF format. And remember, he left the copyright off the book, Letters and Numbers, so that you can print this book out. You can take it to a bindery, have it bound into a book, and have it for your own personal library. You guys take care, and please like and share the video, share the message. Thank you.